What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, we're gonna we picked a little something up from the coin shop. I got some Dansco albums. These sell like really fast, so people really enjoy filling albums. I think the Franklin half dollar is probably the easiest one to fill as far as affordability. This is a really nice one, and these Morgan ones, actually this one's a different one. I don't think I've ever sold one of these before. United States modern commemorative type dollars. You can always see the number here, 7062. And what do we got in here? Discus thrower, Olympic Coliseum. Oh, those are the, I actually had these. Oh, really cool. So these are actually the commemorative dollars. Okay. So I've seen these and I've actually owned them, but I didn't realize they actually made an album. Civil War, Vietnam National, World Cup, Thomas Jefferson, Women in Service, Columbus, Bill of Rights, World War II, Botanic Garden, Law Enforcement, Jackie Robinson, Smithsonian, wheelchair athlete. So very cool. So I think it's probably the most affordable silver you can collect. And now it ends in 2001, but I'm pretty sure they kept going on with the series. So that tells you how old this book is. And we got a bonus panel. It's probably from someone else's book. Okay. This one's missing the pin, the back pin here. But that's okay. I wonder if you can take one off one of these and use it. Let's see. They have different pins. Yeah, I could probably unscrew that and put on that one. Well, that's something to look for next time I go into my coin shop. Make sure they actually have all the pins. But I will note that in my listing. And then the Morgan dollars are interesting. This is an 1878 to 1890. And look at that. Someone wrote in this bag they cost. Holy smokes, dude. How old is that? When was an 1884 Carson City $65? Dude. Look at this. In 1887, $16. 1888, $16. 1888, oh, 13. 35. That is hilarious, though. I might leave that in for entertainment. Dude, even 1890s, like, that's not 19. This a dollar? Well, you must have robbed somebody, because I don't even think Morgans back in the day were a dollar. I wonder how old this is. So what do you think of stuff like that? Like, I probably should remove that. But I don't know, or just leave it. Leave it for the next dude. But these I'll definitely clean up, these panels. And it's pretty cool. Just give you guys an idea. Oh, it's written in. Someone wrote Mint State 63. These are hilarious. I don't know why you would write on these. But anyways, these albums are very cool. They're obviously, I think they're printed in Los Angeles, and they don't make them anymore. So that's what makes them rare. Yep, there's that, and then he actually has the mintages here. So the Morgans are interesting. They go from 1878 to 1890, but obviously it doesn't stop at 1890. And then you have 1891 to 1921. This one's a much nicer shape, but they're the same age. So I don't know if I should sell it as a set, like 71, 78, 70. I don't think so. It's probably best to just sell it per booklet, and then if someone wants to buy both. But I got 5 books, and the 5th one here, I believe, is another repeat of one of the Morgans. Yeah, this is a repeat. 1891 to 1921. This one is a more modern one because it has all this information here, and then it has the mintages on the back. So again, if you've seen my other videos, how do you tell an old Dansco from a newer one. The newer ones have all the coinage history on the inside of the main cover page, and then they put the mintages on the last page, whereas the old ones put nothing but the company information on the last page, and they put the mintages on the front page. Is one more valuable than the other? Depends who you talk to, but you could also tell too when on the more modern ones, which I've shown in my other videos. And when I mean modern, like the booklets that are not from like the 70s or 80s, the font or the print, the ink, whatever paint, whatever they use on here is definitely more bold versus the older ones. It's a little more grainy, or it's not as sharp, which is to be expected. I mean, if something like this was bought in the 60s and they filled it, or even the 80s, I mean, that has to be a real old book, because that 83 cc is $65. Like, sign me up, brother. That'd be awesome. Oh, and then what I will do with these before I list them is, you can't see really the funkiness on here, but what I do is I take some 90% alcohol, and then I get these towels from Costco. They're the microfiber towels. I also use them to like polish and stuff for cars and whatnot, but I literally take the film and then just wipe each side. Just because, like, when I'm selling something, I know I would appreciate not like opening up something and like seeing some like old dude's skin or some deceased person's skin in there, which is common. It's normal to get, you know, when the original collector owned this, was pulling this in and out for him to get his skin and stuff in there. Plus, you know, here in Illinois it's a little drier, so we tend to get a little more chapped in the northern parts here versus you folks that live in warmer climates where your stuffs might be more oily. But here we're a little more dry, especially during the wintertime. So clean that off. And then I don't know if someone cuts these on the edges or if this is how the older ones are. But then I'll reinsert it here. So I will take the time and go through each one. And I know you're like, dude, you just washed this. Like, why are you using your hands and not gloves? Well, gloves add more hairs and stuff to it. Plus, I just washed my hands with Dawn prior to filming this video. But hopefully you guys like this kind of stuff. The last time I listed Dansco books, they sold within 48 hours. So if you see this kind of stuff in the wild, it's very, very, very easy to look up to see what they're worth. And a lot of times coin shops will have them for $10 or less. So, but again, that's if it's a busy coin shop. So the last time I was at my coin shop, they didn't have any of these. And that literally was just last week. So this is what they had in there today. They do have a lot of $half ones and Susan B. Anthony and the modern Washington quarters. I don't think those are worth as much because I think people like these older ones for the more expensive Morgan dollars. The Franklin one is usually not that expensive. It depends on like how many are available on eBay, but this one is the easiest one to fill, so it is rather popular, and people will pay $30-$35 for this album if it's in nice condition. And then I've never seen a modern commemorative type dollar, so I learned something today, and hopefully you did as well. That's where all those Olympic and just US minted stuff. So I didn't even know they made an album for that, which is pretty cool. But it's weird that it ends in 2001. So that just goes to show you like how old and rare these books are, and they're in different conditions. So I'm going to get all these cleaned up. I'll get them listed in my eBay store. And as always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And again, my channel is different. What you see on the videos is something you can buy. It's not like, look what I bought, you can't have it. So I appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one.